Hi guys, good evening. In the last class, we had started a new chapter called Admission of a Partner, and we discussed the initial part as to introduction. What is admission all about? What is the purpose behind adding a new partner? And upon adding a new partner, what are the changes that happen? So we discussed about that in detail, and we also discussed that when a person is added as a partner, or when a person is retired from a partnership firm, or a partner is dying. Let's say, the partner has died, or there is a change in profit sharing ratio between the existing partner. If these four things happen, what will happen? That would amount to reconstitution of the business. Whenever there is change in profit sharing ratio between existing partner, one, or at the time of admission of a new partner, third, or retirement of any old partner or existing partner, fourth one, death of any existing partner. If any of these happen, then it would amount to reconstitution of firm, which means the old partnership deed will get cancelled and a new partnership deed has to be created, because between existing partner there is change. So old partnership deed will have old profit sharing ratio. The new partnership deed will have new profit sharing ratio. In case one. In case two, what happens? Admission of a new partner. In old partnership deed, there were two partners. In new partnership deed, there are three partners. So obviously, you have to create new partnership deed, no? Retirement of a partner. In old partnership business, there were three partners. Now, when one person retires, automatically only there are two partners. For these two partners, you have to create a new partnership deed, no? We need to create the terms and conditions between these two partners. So a separate partnership deed is created when person has died. Where earlier there were three partners, one died, balance two. So between these two people, there has to be new terms and condition. This is called reconstitution of the firm, right? So upon reconstitution of the firm, whenever the reconstitution happens, you need to find out all those points which can lead to fighting between the partners later. So first point of fighting is accumulated profits, reserves, and losses. If these are not distributed at the time of reconstitution, later on it will be a problem. So these are the 5 points which we have to do the accounting adjustments. In the 5 point நம்ம the accounting treatment பண்ணி accordingly we have to do a solution in such a way that so in future the partners do not fight among themselves. So one such point was distribution of accumulated profits and losses. So this again I'll re-explain. We discussed about this in the previous class. So using illustration 1, I will rediscuss the concept, revise the concept quickly. It says that Mala, Vimla were partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio 3:2. On 31/3/2017, Varshini is added as a new partner. On date of admission, the book of the firm showed a reserve fund of 50,000 rupees. Reserve fund of 50,000 rupees. So what is happening is, this is past year. This is current year. So these are past year and this is current year. In the past year, who were the partners? Mala and Vimla were the partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio 3:2, which means Mala and Vimla were the people who started the partnership business. These two were the partners, M and V. M is to V. What is the profit sharing ratio? 3:2. So they are doing the business in the past on 31/3/2017. 31/3/2017. Current year, that is 1/4/16. 31/3/17. Somewhere here, Mala is who's the new partner? Varshini, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So Varshini is added as a new partner. Varshini is added as a new partner. Now what happens is that they're telling that when Varshini is added as a new partner, so can I say that 31/3/2017 means as good as 1/4/2017? So I'm telling that 31/3/17 is here. And let's make this 1/4/17. See, if Varshini is added on 31/3/17, it is as good as Varshini is getting added here as a new partner. For the current financial year, she's getting added. You all agree with me? Varshini is added to the partnership business on 31/3/2017, which means it is as good as she's getting added in the next beginning financial year. Correct? So I'm assuming that on 1/4/2017, she's added as a partner. Now, until 31/3/2017, until Varshini is joined as a partner, in the past, Mala and Vimla were doing the business in the previous so many years. Now they're telling that on the date of admission or before the partner was admitted, the firm showed a reserve fund of 50,000 rupees, which means the balance sheet, if I open here before Vimla is joined, this is the balance sheet. In the liability side, I have something called reserve fund. How much? 50,000 rupees. 50,000 rupees. Can somebody please explain me the meaning of this reserve fund? Can somebody please explain me the meaning of this reserve fund?
So the reserve fund is a past profit which they didn't take, like the partners didn't take, so that they can like enhance their business.
Correct. So what happened is, Mala Vimla, let's say they're doing for business for so many years. So in past so many years, the total profit was, let's suppose, 3,50,000 rupees was the total profit of the entire so many years. In that, Mala and Vimla said that, see, out of this 350, let's not take full 50. Let's keep 50,000 in the business itself. Balance 3 lakh, we will distribute between the partners in the ratio of 3:2. Balance 3 lakh is distributed between Mala and Vimla. Mala and Vimla taking 3 lakh. So this 3 lakh is getting distributed. So this 3 lakh is distributed profit. This 50,000 which is not distributed, can I call this as undistributed profit? Which is not distributed. This 50,000 is called undistributed profit. This is also called as general reserve. This is called as reserve fund. This is called accumulated profit. Whatever name you want, you can say. So out of 350, 50 is kept inside the business and balance 3 lakh is distributed. Why is 50 kept in the business without distributing? Tomorrow, if there is any requirement for business development, what will happen? This 50,000 will be used for the development of the business. This 50,000 will be used for the development of the business. I don't have to go to bank or, I don't have to go and ask anybody, please give me money. I want to expand my business. The smart businessman will save from their profit and keep it. And this is called undistributed profit, which is used in the future for the development of the business. Now, what is happening is this 50,000 is still lying as on 31/3/2017 with the business without being used for the expansion of the business. Now, Vimla is coming inside the business. Now, once Vimla comes inside the business, after few years, what will happen? There could be a possible fight between all the three partners and they might decide to close the business. So let's say balance sheet as on 2023. Again, there is a reserve fund of 50,000 rupees. Same reserve fund which was here, it is here. Which means after Vimla was joined, whatever profit was earned, everything was distributed. That's why this reserve fund never increased. Vimla join பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் profit distribute பண்ணாம வெச்சிருந்தீங்கன்னா இந்த பேலன்ஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆயிருக்கும். அப்போ 50,000 அப்படி இருக்குதுன்னா இந்த 50,000 யார் சேர்த்து வச்சது? இந்த 50,000 is saved by whom? By Vimla and what is it? Mala. Vimla and Mala சேர்த்து வச்சது. இப்போ நாளைக்கு வந்து 2023ல மூணு பேருக்குள்ள சண்டை, பயங்கர சண்டை. They want to close the business. When they are closing the business, whatever the profit is there, they will distribute in the new profit sharing ratio. The new profit sharing ratio is, let's say it is 1:1:1. Equally பிரிக்கணும். அப்ப 50,000 equal பிரிச்சா என்ன ஆகும்? 50,000 divided by 3 is how much? 50,000 divided by 3 is how much? Each one will take 16,667. Each one will take 16,667. Purida. Now, here, who will have problem? Mala and Vimla will have problem. Because Mala and Vimla telling this 50,000 profit is a profit which is coming out of the hard work ratio of 3:2. Mala and Vimla has worked hard in the ratio of 3:2 and they have saved this 50,000 profit for the development of the business. So far, the development of business never happened, so we never applied that money. So today when we are distributing this profit, how can Varshini come and take a share of this? இந்த 50,000 rupees நாங்க கஷ்டப்பட்டு சேவ் பண்ணும்போது வர்ஷினி இருந்தாலா? இல்ல. அப்ப வர்ஷினி நீ மட்டும் வந்து இப்போ வந்து ஷேர் கேட்ட எப்படி? வர்ஷினி will say, கண்ணுங்களா, நம்ம வந்து பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் நான் உள்ள வரும்போது you created a new partnership deed. நியூ பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் டீட்ல நீங்க என்ன போட்டீங்க? நான் பார்ட்னரா உள்ள வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் enna profit sambaricha, whatever profit we are sharing between ourselves, it has to be shared in the ratio of 1:1:1. உங்களுக்கு இந்த 50,000 வந்து ஷேர் பண்றது அவ்வளவே டிஃபிகல்ட்டா இருந்தது ஃபீல் பண்ணீங்கன்னா முன்னாடியே சொல்லி இருந்திருக்கணும். இப்போ as per new partnership deed, I will also get a share, even though you worked hard in the ratio of 3:2, even though you worked hard in the ratio of 3:2, I will also demand. And the mari Varshini can demand, and you cannot say no to Varshini. You cannot say no to Varshini. So what will happen? The fight will become even more worst. Maybe Mala or Vimla might go to the court and tell that, Your Honor, please give us justice. It is unfair. It is unfair that we are giving Varshini the 16,668 because she has not even worked a bit of hard work to gain this 50,000 rupees. It is purely out of our hard work of 3:2 we got this profit. How can Varshini come and demand? So inge poi ivlo kachra pandradhukku, after so many years doing such a big nuisance here, how can I avoid this? Better do one thing, no? Whatever profit is here, before Varshini is added as a partner, Varshini is added as a partner on 1/4/2017. Before that itself, you allocate this, you transfer this reserve fund to capital account of Mala and Vimla. See, in the 50,000 rupees reserve fund na, idoda money on the bank account la irukku. Bank account la 50,000 irukku. So bank account la inda nama vandu, we are not transferring the money from bank account of business to partner. No. In the 50,000 which is there in the business, it is there in form of reserve fund. The name of the reserve fund, we're transferring from the reserve fund to the capital account of the partner. Which partner? Old partner. So whatever the profit which is there, which is undistributed in the business, all that profit has to be transferred to the old partners in the old profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2, so that when a new partner is joining, after that there is no nuisance created. So what I'm supposed to do? I'm transferring the amount. See, original cash is there in the bank only. That we are not changing. Only the ledger name I'm changing from reserve fund to capital account. Now, please tell me, reserve fund is what nature of balance? Is it a liability? Is it asset? Is it an income or is it an expense? Reserve fund on the liability, income, expense, asset, another. What is the reserve fund? What is the nature of reserve fund account? Please tell me.
Liability.
It is a liability. What is the nature of capital account? Again, it is a liability. சரி, இதுல வந்து ஒரு ரெண்டுமே liability. அப்புறம்னா இதா ஒன்னு increase ஆகும், ஒன்னு decrease ஆகும். Now please tell me which is increasing and which is decreasing. Which liability is going to increase and which is going to decrease? Please tell me.
Capital account is going to increase.
Capital is going to increase because amount inga ஏறப்போகுது. Amount is going to get added to the capital account and is going to reduce from the reserve fund. When I reduce it from the reserve fund, this 50,000 will become 0. So liability reduce pannona, should I give a debit or credit? As per modern approach, to reduce the liability, should I give a debit or a credit?
Debit.
Liability increase பண்றது credit. So you're telling that sir, reserve fund account debit to partners capital account. நான் சொல்லல, நீங்களே சொல்றீங்க. Reserve fund account debit to Mala's capital to Vimla's capital. So reserve fund 50,000 debit பண்ணியாச்சுனா அப்படினா 50,000 அப்படியே minus ஆயிடும். Minus 50,000 ஆகி it becomes 0. And Mala's capital account 30/20. How? 50,000 rupees I have to split in the ratio of 3:2. 50,000 into 3/5, 50,000 into 2/5. 30,000 belongs to Vimla, Mala, and 20,000 belongs to Vimla. Now it is gone to the credit of the capital. Money is not transferred, guys. Please be very careful. Money is not transferred. Even after passing this journal entry, and the money on the bank account la irukku. இங்க என்ன ஆகுது? முன்னாடி வந்து reserve fund na இது எல்லா பார்ட்னர்ஸ்க்கு சொந்தம். This 50,000 reserve fund indicates that this belongs to all the partners. Even when new partner comes, this 50,000 belongs to new partner. Now, since we don't want to give this to new partner, what are we doing? We are telling that no, this reserve fund is belonging only to these two people. So we're transferring this amount to respective partners' capital account so that tomorrow Varshini cannot come and demand this money. Because reserve fund இல்லையே. Reserve fund na it is general fund. யாருக்கு வேணா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். எந்த பார்ட்னர் வேணா வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அப்போ reserve fund இல்லாத பட்சத்துல வர்ஷினி என்னத்தை வந்து டிமாண்ட் பண்ணுவா? கேபிட்டல் அக்கவுண்ட்ல இருக்கிற பேலன்ஸ் வந்து அந்தந்த பார்ட்னருக்கு சொந்தம். சோ வர்ஷினி cannot come and tell, see Mala 30,000 எனக்கு இவ்ளோ ஷேர் கொடு, விம்லா அவ்ளோ கொடுன்னு சொல்லி கேட்க முடியாது. She cannot demand it because it is Mala's capital account. It is belonging to Malaங்கிறது prove ஆயிடுச்சு. So this is how the confusion is removed. Do you guys agree with this journal entry? Do you feel that this journal entry is making sense?
Yes, sir.
To avoid the fighting, this is the option that is left with me. Do you have any better suggestion than this? A very simple and easy suggestion without any complication. Do you have anything better? Do suggest me. Maybe never know in the next year that we can probably do the method what you are suggesting, and I'll be teaching that method. Let me know if you have any method. So distribution of accumulated profits, reserves, and losses. Profit and loss of the previous years which are not distributed to the partners are called accumulated profits and losses. Any reserve and accumulated profits and losses belonging to the old partners, and hence these should be distributed to the old partners in the old profit sharing ratio. Reserve includes general reserve, reserve fund, workman compensation fund, investment fluctuation fund. Whatever I explained, it is mentioned in this paragraph. Till this, the point is clear or not clear? Yes, till this point is clear or not clear? Now, this point I'll explain you not now, little later. Now, what are we supposed to transfer? Whatever the profit and loss appropriation account, general reserve, reserve fund, WCR, IFR. So this is basically workman compensation reserve fund, investment fluctuation reserve fund. So yeah. So where does all this come? This comes in balance sheet. If I open the balance sheet, can I say this P&L appropriation account, then your general reserve, your reserve fund, your WCF, and your IFF. It will be there in your balance sheet. This will be there in your balance sheet, liability side. In the liability side, you will find all these things. Okay, now how does this come? You have to understand. When I'm preparing P&L appropriation account, the profit which is coming from P&L by P&L is how much? Let's say 3 lakh rupees. 3 lakh rupees. There is no interest on drawing. There is no interest on capital. There is no salary, commission, remuneration. Ellame zero. Appo, normally what you do? Normally the balance 3 lakh profit which is there, you will transfer to partner's capital account. P's capital account to Q's capital account. 1.5 lakh, 1.5 lakh. That's how this balance 3 lakh you distribute normally. Am I right? Yes, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Normally, this is my balancing figure. This 3 lakh is my balancing figure, which I transfer. Normally, we do that. Now, sometimes it can happen that the partners may decide that we will not take the entire profit. We will take only the balance profit. We'll keep 1 lakh as it is. 1 lakh appadi nam touch panna matom. Balance 2 lakh profit will take it. So balance 2 lakh profit if I'm taking, it will be to P's capital account, which means 1 lakh for P, and to Q's capital account 1 lakh. So total 2 lakh profit. So can I say balance carried on will be 1 lakh? To balance carried on will be 1 lakh? Correct. This is profit distributed. This is profit distributed 1 lakh to P, 1 lakh to Q. So motta 2 lakh out of 3 lakh, 2 lakh is distributed. Balance 1 lakh irka. So P&L appropriation la balance 1 lakh irunchina, it will go to balance sheet 1 lakh. அப்பனா P&L appropriation la irukra amount வந்து நீங்க full distribute பண்ணாம அதுல ஏதாவது மிச்ச மீதி வெச்சிருந்தீங்கன்னா this will go to where? Your P&L appropriation account. So when P&L appropriation account comes into your balance sheet, when it comes into your balance sheet, this 1 lakh indicates that this is undistributed profit. This is called as undistributed profit, or it is called as accumulated profit. If this point is clear, let me know. I'll proceed forward. If This point is clear. Let me know. I'll proceed forward. Guys?
Yes, sir.
Everybody. Now what happens is they're making a decision that no, let's not transfer any profit. In the profit transfer panna venda, nam enna pannalana 50,000 is transferred to general reserve. Then 50,000 is transferred to reserve fund. 50,000 is transferred to reserve fund. Then 50,000 is transferred to workman compensation fund. And 50,000 transferred to investment fluctuation fund. 50,000. If you say, 3 lakh acha. 3 lakh acha, which means partners have not taken a single penny. Whatever the profit they earned, they transferred few to general reserve, transferred few to reserve fund, transferred few to workman compensation fund, transferred few to the investment fluctuation fund. And balance appadi irukku enna pandradhu theriyama appadi vechirukanga. So idu full வந்து it has to come in balance sheet. So how will it come? To P&L appropriation 1 lakh varum. To P&L appropriation 1 lakh will come. To general reserve 50,000 will come. To reserve fund 50,000 will come. To WCF 50,000. To IFF 50,000. Can I say total amounts to 3 lakh? And idoda amount வந்து எங்க இருக்கும்? Bankல இருக்கும். Bank or cash 3 lakh will be there. Money will be there. So balance sheet is tallying. So bankல இருக்க 3 lakh எப்படி வந்துச்சு? This 3 lakh how did it come in bank? 1 lakh it is there in form of P&L appropriation undistributed profit, 50,000 in general reserve, 50,000 reserve fund, 50,000 WCF, 50,000 IFF. So 3 lakh cash, hot cash is there here. In what all account, on what all name it is there, it is reflecting on the liability side. So இது எல்லாமே வந்து என்னது? If I have to talk, all this is what? It is a kind of undistributed profit only, no? General reserve is what? It is a profit which is not taken by the partner. Reserve fund is a profit which is not taken by the partner. WCF is a profit which is not taken by the partner. IFF is a profit which is not taken by the partner. So everything is undistributed. So can I call everything as undistributed profit or accumulated profits? Can I call that? Johnson, you went out and came in, Kana. So do you have any technical issue?
Yes.
You're not able to manage? புரியுதா கண்ணா? சுத்தமா புரியாம தான் இருக்கா?
Sir, voice போய் வருது sir.
Voice போய் வருதா? Okay. சரி, do one thing Kana. After class, can you give me a call?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Without forgetting, huh?
Okay, sir.
Now, guys, are you able to understand? So this 3 lakh is undistributed profit. Now this profit, if a new partner is joined tomorrow, like Varshini is joined tomorrow, and after that, if there is a fight between Varshini, Mala and everybody, can I say Varshini will come and demand the share in this also? If this 1 lakh profit, 50,000, this entire 3 lakh, if it is not distributed, how did we earn this? This was earned by the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Do you agree? This was earned by old partners P and Q in the old profit sharing ratio. If you're not transferring this to your old partners in old profit sharing ratio, the new partner may come and demand the share in this. So everything has to be transferred to the old partner's capital account in old profit sharing ratio. All these are coming on liability side, which is having credit balance. So to transfer, when I transfer it, I have to give a debit. All these are debited and transferred to old partner's capital or current account in the old ratio. Now you understood what is the meaning of P&L appropriation. What is the meaning of general reserve? General reserve means I don't know this 50,000 to be used for what. It is not a specific. General, business use பண்ணிடுவேன். So whatever purpose it is there, I'll use that money. So reserve fund also same meaning. General reserve fund are mostly same, which means this money can be used for whatever purpose the business want. It could be for development. It could be for birthday parties of the employees. It could be for distribution of gift. Anything it can be. I'll be using this 50,000 for that. Now, what do you mean by WCF? Look at the meaning, expansion. It says Workmen Compensation Fund. What do you mean by 50,000 rupees? Now, guys, there are certain businesses which is very risky to work, right? So there are certain businesses where people work in the manufacturing industry where they deal with the very sharp machineries. So I'm not sure how many of you have heard, there are a lot of cases where while doing the manufacturing of certain goods, the labor would have lost the hand by putting when he was about to take the goods from the machinery, Suddenly the machinery, what happened? The machine came and cut his hand. Have you heard of these kind of newses? So there are
Yes, sir.
certain factories where people are exposed to very dangerous activity. Example, take the example of this, no? Crackers. Crackers, there are so many people who are working inside the factory. If for a second a fire is get caught, can I say within no seconds the entire factory will be burned down, including people? Yes or no? So there are certain risky business like that. Now, if something happens to the worker, if the worker is losing the hand or fingers or leg because he was doing the business work for us, he was doing the work for us. By doing work for us, he has lost any of something, he has lost some important part of his body. Don't you think that we have to compensate the money to him, to his family? Should we not give something to his family? No, if something like this happens, if something like this happens, from where will the money come? If all the profit what you are taking, if you are distributing between the partners, if tomorrow there is an emergency, from where will we get the money? Will you go to bank and tell bank, please give me a loan? Or will you come back to your home and tell dad, please give me loan? Or please give me capital? Not possible. So smart businessman, depending on the business, what he will do is, he will keep a portion of profit separately. This is called as workman compensation fund. This money, this 50,000 will be used in case if there is any labor who is getting, affected because of that. Avanukku compensate pandrukku amount vandu inga varum. That is why it is called as workman compensation fund. If I have to, workman means what? My labor. Workman means what? A labor who is working for me. I need to compensate him. Adukku create panna fund. Are you getting my point? So, நம்ம earn பண்ண 3 லட்சம் ப்ராஃபிட்ல வந்து 50,000 I'm transferring in case future ஏதாவது பணம் தேவைப்படுச்சுனா இதுல எடுத்துக்கலாம். This is called WCF. Any doubts in this, guys?
No, sir.
Okay. Next is investment fluctuation fund. See, there are some businesses who the business of them is only investment. Investment and share market கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? Have you heard of this term called share market?
Yes,
Share market.
Yes,
Everybody's heard? Yeah. So share market la இன்னைக்கு நான் 1 lakh rupees போட்டுருக்கேன். Do you think in next 1 hour my money will still be only 1 lakh? In next 1 hour I'm talking about. Will it still be 1 lakh? It could be 1.1 lakh or it could be 90,000 also. Within 1 hour, the money can go up and money can come down. So this investment fluctuation fund எதுக்காகனா ஒருவேளை 1 lakh ல இருந்து amount 90,000 போச்சுனா இந்த 10,000 லாஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா? This 10,000 loss, the loss கவர் பண்றதுக்கு இந்த லாஸ் நான் எப்படி கவர் பண்ணுவேன்? I need some money, to cover this. The loss cover பண்றதுக்கு இந்த reserve profit. I'm not explaining in this detail because this is not there in the syllabus. I'm just giving you an idea. Maybe in the topic பாத்தீங்கன்னா CBSE ல ரொம்ப டீடைலா இருக்கு. So for them I'm taking in detail and maybe in CA foundation I'll be discussing in detail about this. But at this level I don't want to go in too much detail. So basically what happens is if you're investing in a share market and your nature of business is only investment in share market and from that you are making profit. So ஒருவேளை investment ஓட value down ஆயிடுச்சுனா there is a loss. To compensate this loss, we are having this accumulated profit called investment fluctuation fund. இந்த loss cover பண்றதுக்கு, இந்த loss காப்பாத்துறதுக்கு பழைய profit யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். The old profit is being used to compensate the loss of the current year. So this is called investment fluctuation fund. இது எல்லாமே நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? It has to be transferred to old partners capital or current account in old profit sharing ratio so that there is no dispute in future. Right? Now remember one thing, guys. All the profit will come on liability side. If there is a loss, if there is a P&L appropriation loss, it will come on debit side. Let's say 1 lakh rupees. So P&L appropriation, if you are seeing on the asset side, it means it is a loss. Comfortable, not comfortable? See, simple logic. P&L appropriation la balance carried on 1 lakh இருக்கு இல்லையா? இது எங்க வந்துச்சு? டெபிட் சைடுல வந்திருக்கு. இது வந்து can I record by balance brought down சொல்லி 1 lakh rupees credit side வருமா? Next year carry forward பண்ணுவேன். If I'm not transferring this profit to capital account, this 1 lakh will be carry forwarded to the next year. This balance brought down is coming where? On the credit side. That's why this 1 lakh is credit balance. It is coming on the liability side. Now loss will come which side? Can I say loss will come here? Loss now balance brought down or balance carried down, loss will come here. Correct? And a profit will come here, loss will come here. Now loss 1 lakh is coming here. Now I'm bringing it down. without, if I'm not transferring the loss, to capital account, transfer pannalana, in the loss, now loss bought down 1 lakh will come. This bought down is coming on which side? Debit side. Debit balance. Debit balance is an asset. So this will go and sit on the asset side. This 1 lakh, if loss is coming in the balance sheet, which means in the loss on the capital account transfer pannalen artham. Capital account ku partners ku transfer pannirundal, then this P&L appropriation loss will not come here. If it is coming here means loss irundirukku, the loss enna pannom? Partners capital account transfer pannalen artham. Pannama irundha debit side la, credit side la profit and loss appropriation varum. If this profit and loss appropriation is coming 1 lakh means what? We did not distribute this to partner. That's why this is coming here. Same way if loss 1 lakh is coming here on the asset side, it means this loss was not distributed. So I have to transfer this also. The way you are transferring profit, you have to transfer the loss also to the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. So asset is what balance? This 1 lakh is debit balance. To close this, I have to give a credit. So P&L appropriation will be credit. Profit and loss account will be credit. And debit will be old partners capital account. So decrease in asset, decrease in liability. So partners capital account is also reducing, loss is also reducing. Loss on enna ultimate capital account kammi avuma. நீங்க வந்து 20,000 rupees businessல capital போட்டீங்க, loss ஆயிடுச்சு 2,000 rupees. அப்ப loss வந்து என்ன பண்ணும்? Capital minus பண்ணுமோ? So once you minus 2,000 rupees from your capital, the balance capital is 18 lakh. So this 2,000 entry is this. இந்த 2000 entry இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதான் இந்த entry. Old partners capital account debit means minus capital account. Old partners capital account, partners capital account debit means we are minusing. Credit means adding. So this minus has happened. Any doubts in this, please? ரொம்ப நேரம் பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன். இதா புரியுதா உங்களுக்கு யாருக்காவது?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Excellent.
sir.
Excellent. Now can we do the next illustration? It is illustration 2. It says that Kavita and Radha are partners of a firm sharing profit and loss in the ratio 4:3. So these two can I call as old partners, Kavita and Radha? And this is called old profit sharing ratio. 4:3 is called old profit sharing ratio. Why? Because they are admitting Deepa on 1/1/2019. So new partner is Deepa. On that date, the balance sheet showed a debit balance of profit and loss account. Look at the word debit balance of profit and loss account being accumulated loss of 70,000. Loss வார்த்தை கொடுக்கலனால கூட வந்து debit balance of profit and loss account சொன்னாவே என்ன அர்த்தம்? Loss னு அர்த்தம். கண்ணா loss வந்து எங்க வரும்? Asset side ல வரும். Asset carries debit balance. So profit and loss account debit balance means what? It indicates loss. Profit and loss, if it is coming on liability na, it means it is credit balance. So profit and loss account credit balance means profit. Please note it down. P&L, if it is got credit balance, means profit because it comes on the liability side. Liability has got credit balance. அதே P&L வந்து debit balance சொல்லி சொல்லனா அது loss. அதுக்கு அர்த்தம் என்ன? அது asset sideல உட்காருதுன்னு அர்த்தம். அது வந்து asset sideல உட்காருதுன்னு அர்த்தம். அப்போ இங்க என்ன இருக்கு? As on 1/1/2019, if I'm opening the balance sheet, asset side la vandu there is a loss of 70,000 rupees. On that date, the balance sheet showed a debit balance of profit and loss account being accumulated loss of 70,000 on the asset side of balance sheet. Inge they have given the full information. Sometimes they'll only give the debit balance of P&L is 70, which means you have to understand this is the loss. Give the journal entry to transfer the accumulated loss on admission. இப்போ என்ன பண்ணோம்? You have to transfer this. Profit இருந்தாலும் transfer பண்ணோம், loss இருந்தாலும் transfer பண்ணோம். Now P&L is debit balance. To close it, I have to give a credit. To reduce it, to decrease this, I have to give a credit. அப்பதான் minus ஆகும். So when I decrease the loss, my capital account also will decrease. So Kavita's capital account, Radha's capital account debit to P&L in the old profit sharing ratio, which is 4:3. Any difficulty in this, guys?
No, sir.
Easy peasy?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you're getting the concept also behind this. I've explained in detail, in minute, so many points. I hope you are able to make a note of all those points and you will recollect those points also. Illustration 3. With this, after this, I'll give a break now. It says that Ratnam Kumar and என்ன பேருப்பா இது? Arogya Dasa. அடப்பாவி. Ratnakumar and Arogya Das are partners in a firm sharing profit and loss in the ratio 3:2. அப்போ Ratnakumaru Arogya Dasu old partners and 3:2 is old profit sharing ratio. Correcta? Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2017 is as follows. Balance sheet da irukku. David was admitted as a partner. Sorry, David was admitted into partnership on 1/4/2017. 31st March, that is 1/4/2017, is admitted as a partner. Pass the journal entry to distribute the accumulated profits and reserves. Balance sheet பார்த்த உடனே நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்? You have to find out what can create a problem. When a new partner is added, what can create a problem? If I look at the liability side, capital account will not create any problem in the future. P&L appropriation account, will it create a problem in the future? இது வந்து இதோட accounting treatment நான் இப்ப பண்ணலனா, will this give a trouble to me in future?
Yes.
So shoot at sight. Shoot at sight na enna? You have to do some accounting treatment artham. General reserve for 5,000 rupees. Will it create any trouble for me in future? Think and tell me. Will it create any problem for me in future?
Yes, sir.
So shoot at sight. Shoot at sight means what? Close பண்ணிட்டு capital account மொத்தமா transfer பண்ணிடுங்க. ஆள போட்டு தள்ளுறது என்ன அர்த்தம்? ஷூட் தானே. So profit loss account போட்டு தள்ளிடுங்க. General reserve போட்டு தள்ளிடுங்க. Workman compensation fund, will it create a problem in future? Will it create? Yes. போட்டு தள்ளிடுங்க. Load your gun. Vishnu. Sundry creditors, will it create a problem for me in future if a new partner is added? No. Building, plant, furniture, debtor, stock, cash bank, no problem will be created. So these are the three ghosts which will create problem for me in future. So what I'm supposed to do? What balance is this? Profit loss account, general reserve, WCF. Is it credit balance or debit balance?
Credit balance.
Credit balance, because it is appearing on the liability side, which means it is credit balance. Credit balance increase பண்ணோம்னா credit, decrease பண்ணோம்னா debit. நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? Increase பண்ண போறோமா, decrease பண்ண போறோமா?
Increase.
கண்ணா,
Decrease.
ப்ராஃபிட் அண்ட் லாஸ் அக்கவுண்ட் ஷூட் பண்ணிட்டேன்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒண்ணுமே இருக்காது, அதுக்குள்ள ஜீரோ ஆயிடும். அப்பனா ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணாதானே ஜீரோ ஆகும். ப்ராஃபிட் அண்ட் லாஸ் அக்கவுண்ட்ல இருந்து நீ மாத்தி எங்க கூட்டு போற? இது கேபிட்டல் அக்கவுண்ட் மாத்த போறியா?
Decrease.
ப்ராஃபிட் அண்ட் லாஸ் அக்கவுண்ட்ல இருந்து கேபிட்டல் அக்கவுண்ட் மாற போனீங்கன்னா ப்ராஃபிட் அண்ட் லாஸ் அக்கவுண்ட் மொத்தமா முடிஞ்சிருச்சுல. ஜீரோ ஆகணும்னு என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? இருக்கிற 20,000 ஜீரோ பண்ணணும், மைனஸ் பண்ணோம் இல்லையா? So 20,000 is already there. To make it zero, I need to minus 20,000. Minus means what? Decrease. Debit means minus. Liability க்கு debit means minus. Credit means plus. So இதெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? Debit பண்ணுவோம். So P&L account, general reserve, workman compensation fund மொத்தமா சேர்த்து எவ்வளவு ஆச்சு? 40,000 ஆச்சா? இந்த 40,000 வந்து 3:2 ரேஷியோல ரத்னகுமாருக்கும் ஆரோக்கியதாஸ் பிரிச்சிருங்க. 24,000 ரத்னகுமாருக்கு, ஆரோக்கியாக்கு 60. Total has to be ரெண்டுமே சேர்த்தா 40 வரணும். 40,000 ரெண்டுமே டோட்டல் ஆட் பண்ணா it has to come to 40,000 rupees. கண்ணுங்களா, புரியுதா இல்லையா?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty in
Yes,
this?
sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So please take a break of 8 minutes. We'll come back and start by 7:50 sharp.
Thank you, sir.
So guys, let's continue with the session. So whenever the firm is reconstituted, that is whenever a partner is getting into admitted as a new partner, when the partner is being admitted in the business, we say that it amounts to reconstitution of the business. So we have to create a new partnership deed, and that time we said that we have 5 problems. In those 5 problems, we have given solution to one problem. The first problem was, sir, what will happen to the accumulated or undistributed profits and loss which is there in the balance sheet? So what did we discuss about that? Sir, do one thing, all the accumulated profits and loss, whatever there, please transfer this to partners, old partners in old profit sharing ratio. So the problem is now solved. So we've given solution to the first problem. Now the second problem is revaluation of assets and liabilities, which means we have some problem with assets and liabilities. Now you may wonder, sir, what problems we have with assets and liabilities? I'll give you the understanding. Now let's suppose that we have been doing business in last 5 years. So 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year and 5 years. So this is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Let me make this a little longer so that right? So this is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. Let's say we are all partners. We have started this business called Tasty Bite, which is a restaurant business. We are all partners in that. So when we did the business in first year, at the end of the first year, we have a balance sheet. We did pretty good business. We had some profits. Using that profit, we purchased a land. We purchased a land for, let's suppose, 5 lakh rupees. So 5 lakh is the purchase cost. What is the entry? Land account debit to bank. So land is created. So this is my balance sheet. This is asset side, this is liability side. So land, I'm recording 5 lakh rupees. This is when in the year 1, when all of us, we worked hard, we got some good profits, and using those profits, we purchased 5 lakh rupees. So basically whatever the money was there, that profit we did not withdraw. We used that money for the purchase of land. So we all worked hard in the ratio. Let's say there were 2 partners. For simplicity, let's say there are 2 partners. Maybe Madhu and Pratiksha. Madhu and Pratiksha were 2 partners who started this restaurant business called Tasty Bite. In first year, whatever profit they earned, they felt that instead of distributing the profit, this 5 lakh will buy an asset. So tomorrow we can have our own, we can have the business on our own land. Now we are in the rented premises. We can have our business restaurant on the own land. So what happens is year 1 went, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Year 5, when I come, that is as on 31/3/2020. Okay. And from 1/4/2020, we are adding one more person as a new partner. Let's say we are adding Akshita. We are adding Akshita as a new partner. So Akshita is getting added as a new partner 1/4/2020. So the previous date, that is on 31/3/2020, if I see the balance sheet, what will be the cost of the land, guys? Will it be 5 lakh or more than that or less than that? What do you think the balance sheet as on 31/3/2020, what do you think the land price is going to be? Same 5 lakh, less than 5 lakh or more than 5 lakh? In the book,
More
I'm
than
talking.
More
5
than
lakh.
5 lakhs, sir.
In the book, in the balance sheet. Guys, in the balance sheet, it will be same 5 lakh. Do you remember the concept of historical cost in your 11th standard? Historical cost concept. Any idea what it is? Historical cost concept. Did you ever study this concept in 11th standard? Are you able to recollect this point, Pratiksha Johnson? There's something called historical cost concept. Initial theory part of the 11th standard. It says that whatever assets you're recording, it always has to be recorded at the original cost. And this original cost will continue every year. So 5 lakh. Yeah, there are some assets which will get depreciated. Maybe because of depreciation, the price will come down. But cost will remain same. So this land will always get appreciated. The market value will increase. Land, we never charge depreciation. So naturally, the land has to be same value, no? If it is building, the building value will be less because of depreciation. If I purchase a building for 5 lakh in the year 1, in year 5, it will be less because of depreciation. But otherwise, the original cost will be same. Now, the point is, in the year 5, land cost recorded in the book is 5 lakh. What is the market value? Let's suppose that market value is 6 plus 5 is 11. Let's suppose it is 11 lakh rupees is the market price. Market value is 11 lakh. So you invested 5 lakh. Now it is 11 lakh. Can I say somewhere roughly, can I say 6 lakh is the incremental profit? If I sell the land today at this market value, can I say Madhu and Pratiksha will get a profit of 6 lakh rupees? Yes or no? 5 lakh is the purchase cost. If they sell at market value, today's market price, guys, whenever we sell the asset, we sell at market value. So if Pratiksha and Madhu are selling at the market value, can I say 6 lakh will be their profit? If you're not participating, I'm assuming that all of you are sleeping. If you're not participating, I'm assuming that all of you are sleeping. So all those people who are not replying, I'm assuming that you're sleeping. Akash?
Sir.
Kanna ஏன் ஆன்சர் பண்ண மாட்டீங்கற? அக்ஷயா, why are you not answering? Akshita, Amrita, Bhavika, Johnson, Madhu, Nitin, Pratiksha, Priyanka, Riya, Sai. Why are you not answering? Shall I stop the class?
No, sir.
Then please answer. Only then I'll know that you're listening to me. So 5 lakh is the purchase cost. If I sell today at the market price 11 lakh rupees, can I say had we sold, then Madhu would have got a profit of 6 lakh rupees? In case sell பண்ணிருந்தால் ஒருவேளை.
Yes, sir.
The 6 lakh rupees, let's say Madhu and Pratika were equal partners, 1:1. ஒருவேளை இது வந்து 6 lakh rupees na profit சம்பாதிச்சிருந்தா 3 lakh would have gone to Madhu and 3 lakh would have gone to Pratiksha. And they deserve this profit because initial profit is sacrificed பண்ணி and the amount invest பண்ணிருக்காங்க. And that amount is slowly invested and grown up to 11 lakh rupees. So can I say the credit of 6 lakh rupees is absolutely deserved by Madhu and Pratiksha? Do you all agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now what happens is Akshita is added as a partner. So Akshita is into partnership, then they're doing business for so many years. Somewhere in let's say 31/3/2022. 31/3/2022. There is a fight between all the partners and they are deciding to close the business. So as on that day balance sheet pathina, land will still continue to be at 5 lakh rupees. Yes? Can I say land will still continue to be at 5 lakh rupees?
Yes, sir.
Now the market value. Now the market value is how much? 14 lakh rupees. Now let's suppose the market value is 14 lakh. What is the difference? What is the difference?
9 lakh.
Okay. This 9 lakh rupees profit, now it will be distributed between all the three partners. That is Madhu, Pratiksha and Akshita equally. Because here also Madhu, Akshita and Madhu, Pratiksha and Akshita are having profit sharing ratio 1:1:1. So 3 lakh, 3 lakh, 3 lakh. Do you think Madhu and Pratiksha will be happy?
No.
Madhu and Pratiksha will not be happy because they are feeling that in case if this asset was sold as on 31/3/2020, Madhu would have got 3 lakh rupees and Pratiksha would have got 3 lakh rupees. Correct? So now what is happening? When I sell at this cost, the profit is 9 lakh rupees. So நியாயமா வந்து இந்த 9 lakhல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா மூணா பிரிக்கணும். 6 lakh is the appreciation before admission and 3 lakh is the appreciation after admission. So 6 lakh, in the 6 lakh oda credit வந்து it should go to whom? It should go to Madhu and Pratiksha because they have invested from their initial profit and they have waited for so many years. They have not enjoyed the fruit. They have sown the seed here. When the time was about to enjoy the fruit, they were like, okay, let's not sell it. Let's continue. And later, whenever we need this, we'll sell it. So there is a waiting period here. From second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, who had waited? Madhu and Pratiksha has been waiting so that the market value of the land can be increased. So the 6 lakh is the benefit of the risk that is taken by Madhu and Pratiksha for investing, and the 6 lakh is the benefit that should be given to Madhu and Pratiksha for the patience that they had to wait. After Akshita is added as a partner, she will invest capital again. And the capital invest பண்ணும்போது, that is a different story. From here, whatever the asset value is increasing or decreasing, Akshita also has to bear. So in the 3 lakh, I agree that the share should be for all the three partners. Because this 3 lakh is grown after Akshita is joined as partner. So Akshita is also contributing capital. How is she contributing capital? Depending on the assets and liabilities in the use in the business, they'll be doing a rough calculation and they'll be deriving Akshita's capital. So from 1/4/2020, when Akshita is introducing her capital, she would have contributed from here towards that land also a little bit. So 5 lakh rupees what Madhu and Pratiksha had invested, that they would have recovered a little bit from Akshita in form of goodwill. So from here, 1/4/2020, whatever is the increase in the price, this belongs to Madhu, Pratiksha and Akshita equally because Akshita is also equal partner from here. So in the 3 lakh can be distributed equally, but the 6 lakh will create a problem in the mind of Madhu and Pratiksha if it is distributed in the future. Because Madhu and Pratiksha, had they distributed this profit earlier itself, so Madhu would have got 3 lakh, Pratiksha would have got 3 lakh, and here 1 lakh, 1 lakh, and 1 lakh. So totally Madhu would have got 4 lakh, and Pratiksha would have got 4 lakh. Eppo, had they distributed the surplus increase in the value in the 6 lakh rupees, ingave distribute panirunda, then Madhu would have got 3 lakh plus 1 lakh, 4 lakh, and Pratiksha also would have got 4 lakh. Now you must be wondering, sir, land vikkavella, what are you talking about distribution? Guys, though land is not distributed, though land is not sold, I know what is the market value and I know what is the purchase cost. So difference between that is the appreciation value. It is called the appreciation value. So what do we do is, in case in future, if you don't want to have fighting, in the 6 lakh rupees, which is the difference between the book value of the asset and the market value. Take the difference, whether it is increase or decrease, whether it is profit or loss, transfer this to old partners in old profit sharing ratio, so that it will not be creating a problem. Just like your undistributed profit, in the 6 lakh profit is not a real profit. This is an unreal profit. This is unreal profit. This is not a real profit. Anano, in the 6 lakh or the profit one, they transfer, distribute to the partner. So what happened? 3 lakh credited to the capital account of Madhu. 3 lakh credited to the capital account of Madhu now itself. So tomorrow, when the business is closed and when they do the settlement, what will happen is, already Madhu or capital account is credit 3 lakh rupees. So when they settle, they will give this 3 lakh rupees from the business to Madhu and Pratiksha. So this 9 lakh, whenever it is earned, what will happen? This 9 lakh when it is earned, what is the new profit sharing ratio? As per the new profit sharing ratio, it is 3 lakh, 3 lakh and 3 lakh.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Right? So this is 3 lakh, 3 lakh and 3 lakh. Now tell me something. As per old profit sharing ratio, how much Madhu and Akshita is supposed to get? Sorry, Madhu and Pratiksha? 3 lakh and 3 lakh. Correct? As per the new profit sharing ratio, how much will they be getting?
4 lakh.
4 lakh.
No. Forget, idu marandrunga. As per the new profit sharing ratio.
3 lakh.
I'm talking only about the 6 lakh. If the 6 lakh is distributed in the new profit sharing ratio, in the new profit sharing ratio now, 2 lakh than varum. See, this 3 lakh, you will never have problem. We are talking and discussing about only this 6 lakh rupees. We are only discussing about 6 lakh rupees, guys. In 3 lakh, there was never a problem. So in the 6 lakh, ஒருவேளை பழைய ரேஷியோல 1:1 ல Madhu Pratiksha பிரிச்சிருந்தா 3 lakh to Madhu, 3 lakh to Pratiksha. If you are splitting the same 6 lakh rupees in the ratio of 1:1:1, it will go again to Akshita also. Here 0 and here how much? 2 lakh. So can I say there is a sacrifice of how much? Madhu is sacrificing 1 lakh, Pratiksha is sacrificing 1 lakh when, in case, if it is distributed in the new profit sharing ratio. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what do we do here is, in case, one nimsham. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So what I was talking about is the 6 lakh rupees, if it is distributed in old profit sharing ratio, 3 lakh will go to Madhu, 3 lakh will go to Pratiksha, nothing to Akshita because Akshita was not there at that time. When this new profit sharing ratio, if we are distributing, Madhu and Pratiksha are losing 1 lakh rupees. Why? Because of a partner is getting added. And Akshita will not leave this because she's very clear that after a partner is added, whenever the profits are distributed, after the partner is being added, it should be distributed in new profit sharing ratio. So Madhu and Pratiksha will have problem. So what do we do is, this old gain 6 lakh rupees will be transferred to Madhu and Pratiksha in old profit sharing ratio. So that in future there will not be any problem. Now itself you earmark and keep it. Credit capital account credit பண்ணி வச்சிடுங்க முன்னாடியே. So tomorrow when I distribute, there will not be a problem. Tomorrow when I distribute, there should not be any problem. Are you getting my point? There's one more concept I wanted to explain you with regard to this here. But that concept is not there for you. It is there only for CBSE. So I don't want to confuse you unnecessarily. So I'm just cut shorting it here. So what I'm trying to explain is, whenever there is asset, the asset can increase the value or decrease the value. Increase in value means that will lead to profit. Decrease means loss. So whatever the profit and loss is there, in the assets and liabilities, all the assets and liabilities, you will revalue. So when I compare 5 lakh to 11 lakh, it means we are revaluing the assets. We are revaluing the assets. Revalue பண்ணும்போது profit vanda or loss vanda, whatever it is coming, you have to transfer to the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. So that tomorrow, whenever there's profit and loss, there should not be any fighting. To avoid the fighting, we are distributing, we are revaluing all the assets before the partner is admitted. We are getting the correct value of the assets and liabilities, so that whatever the profit and loss is arising out of the revaluation. Revaluation means what? This 5 lakh is revalued at 11 lakh. Revalued means what? Now, when I do the revaluation, in book I will record the asset value as 11 lakh. I'll increase the asset value. How I increase the asset value, I'll show practically when we do the practical question. When I do the practical question, I'll explain you. Just understand that we revalue the asset from 5 lakh to 11 lakh, so that now the book value of the land will become 11 lakh. After revaluation, the book value of the land will become 11 lakh. So when land value is increasing from 5 lakh to 11 lakh, debit, what will you do? When you're increasing the value of the land, what is the journal entry? Land account debit 6 lakh rupees, because land is already 5 lakh is there. To increase the land value to 11 lakh rupees, I need to further add 6 lakh rupees to the land. So land account debit to revaluation account 6 lakh rupees. So this 6 lakh is getting added to the asset side. The 6 lakh is the profit which will get added to the capital account. So all I'm trying to explain you that, as on the date of admission of the partner or before date, whatever the balance sheet is given, look at the assets and liabilities which is revalued in the question. All these assets and liabilities has to be revalued, and revalue பண்ணும்போது either you will get profit or loss. That profit or loss has to be transferred to the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. I only expect you to understand 50% only now, because when I practically explain you with practical questions, you will get balance 50%. The 100% confidence what you got for accumulated profits, same confidence you'll get here also. Right? So can I head towards the question, guys? Can I head towards the point?
So one doubt, sir.
Yes, boss.
Sir, in that, when we are selling the land for 14 lakhs, we'll get a profit of 9 lakhs, no, sir?
Correct.
In that 9 lakh, 6 lakh and 3 lakh we'll be dividing. That 6 lakh, 3 lakh and 3 lakh will go to Madhu and Pratiksha, and that in that 3 lakh, 1 lakh will go to each person, sir. Again.
One second. You're telling that we are selling the land at 9 lakh here in future. So when you do this, what will happen? This will go in new profit sharing ratio only. So 3 lakh will go to Madhu, 3 lakh will go to Pratiksha, and 3 lakh will go to Akshaya. So Akshita.
Sir, in that already 3 lakh has gone to Madhu's account, no, sir?
Now, if you are already transferring the 6 lakh, increase value நீங்க வந்து profit transfer பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா, இப்போ என்ன ஆகும்? என்னோட landோட value now it's become 11 lakh. So 11 4 எல்லோ வித்தியாசம் 3 lakh. அப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்ண போறீங்க? 3 lakh தான் distribute பண்ண போறீங்க. Correct? See, இந்த 9 lakh எப்போ வரும் இங்க? Profit. When my cost is 5 lakh. When my cost will be 5 lakh? When I'm not revaluing the asset. இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணிட்டேன்? Revaluation அந்த 5 lakh worth land வந்து I've converted to 11 lakh. I'm converting this to 11 lakh. So when I convert this to 11 lakh, my land account is debited by 6 lakh rupees. Revaluation account is created by 6 lakh rupees. So this is my profit and this is my increase in land. So in the profit என்ன பண்றேன்? Capital account நான் transfer பண்ணிடுவேன். So now in the 6 lakh oda profit which I'm going and splitting later, இப்போவே split ஆகி உட்கார்ந்துரும். So futureல land oda price என்னாச்சு? 11 lakh. So Akshita பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் land oda cost 11 lakh, market value 14 lakh. So difference profit is 3 lakh. This 3 lakh rupees will go in the equal profit sharing ratio 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. This should not be a problem, no? Now, problem is when, yes, Kana.
Madhu and myself will get 4 lakhs at the end. Okay, sir.
Yeah, because 3 lakh is created earlier itself. And now 1 lakh is created.
Okay, sir.
Still, is it confusing?
No, sir.
And
Clear.
that's what you will get a clarity when I explain practically in a pannuvelliya. As pannumodhu you'll get a better clarity.
Okay, sir.
So, or else, what I'm telling you is, இங்க balance sheet எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? Land value is 5 lakh. எப்போ? As on 31/3/2020. Akshita is getting added on 1/4/2020. Market value is how much? 11 lakh. Now I'm telling that I'm doing a solution now. Future la fight வராம இருக்குறதுக்கு என்ன solution? I'm telling that market value என்ன இருக்கோ அதுக்கு நீங்க land value increase பண்ணிடுங்க. So what will be the journal entry? I'm increasing the land value from 5 lakh to 11 lakh. So how much I have to increase? 5 lakh oda na 6 lakh add panna, can I say it will become 11 lakh? So I need to pass journal entry for 6 lakh rupees. So land account debit 6 lakh rupees. Land account debit 6 lakh rupees. If I debit land 6 lakh, automatically it will become added with the 5 lakh and it will become 11 lakh. Do you agree with me? Land
sir.
account debit 6 lakh to revaluation account 6 lakh. So this is asset account and this is gain account. Revaluation account is just like your profit and loss account. Profit and loss account irukku illaya, adhe mari revaluation account. Same nominal account. So credit all incomes and gains. In the 6 lakh rupees, this will be transferred to the partner's capital account. So you have to pass a transfer entry. Revaluation and transfer panna, I have to give a debit. Revaluation account debit 6 lakh to Madhu capital account and to Pratiksha's capital account. How much? 3 lakh, 3 lakh. மூணு பேருக்கு உங்க ரெண்டு பேருக்கு 3 lakh 3 lakh அக்கவுண்ட் வந்துருச்சா? அதாவது money is not come, but a credit saying that 3 lakh should come to you in future. இப்பவே decide ஆயிடுச்சு. So what I'm doing now, when I do this journal entry, now my land values become 11 lakh rupees. And Madhu and Pratiksha, though they have not received the money, how will they receive money? Because land is not sold. Land is not sold, money will not be received. But this 3 lakh and 3 lakh, what it indicates is that this 3 lakh is belonging to Madhu and 3 lakh is belonging to Pratiksha. Promise ஆயிடுது. So as on today, as on 31/3, this is the promise entry where business is promising, don't worry Madhu and Pratiksha, in future whenever we sell the asset at 11 lakh or more, minimum 3 lakh I am promising you. Who's promising? Business is promising to Madhu's capital account and Pratiksha's capital account. Now in future, when this land is sold, so in balance sheet, what is the value? Now it is 11 lakh cost. Market value is how much? Market value is how much? 14 lakh. What is the difference? 3 lakh.
3 lakh.
Now when I sell that, I'm getting a profit of 3 lakh rupees. This will be distributed between 3 partners. Madhu, Pratiksha and Akshita. 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So Madhu got 3 lakh here. Madhu is getting 1 lakh here in future. So total profit 4 lakh for Madhu. Pratiksha is getting 3 lakh profit here. 1 lakh profit here. So total profit to Pratiksha also 1 lakh. 4 lakh. And Akshita, she's getting 1 lakh. That's what we wanted, no? That's what we wanted. We wanted the 6 lakh to be distributed between Madhu and Pratiksha, and the 3 lakh should go them. And balance 3 lakh should go to 1 lakh in Madhu, 1 lakh Pratiksha, and 1 lakh to Akshita. That's what is happening here. So this problem is solved how? Whenever there is any asset or liability where the value which is recorded in the book is different from the market value, we'll take the difference and record the profit and loss. And that profit and loss is transferred again to partner's capital account. Pratiksha, I hope now your point should be clear.
Yes, sir.
Others, are you able to clear? Are you able to get the idea what we're doing? We are going to do this only, guys, to avoid the conflict in future. To avoid the future conflict. What is going to be the future conflict? Sir, if you're not recording this entry, my land costing is going to be here 5 lakh in future. And it is sold at 14 lakh. So profit is going to be how much? 9 lakh. The profit is going to be 9 lakh. And if this profit is going to be 9 lakh, it will be distributed to all the 3 people equally. So 3 lakh, 3 lakh and 3 lakh. If this is distributed equally, Pratiksha Madhu is going to fight with Akshita 100% for sure. To avoid this only, what we are doing is, we are passing this journal entry. We are revaluing the assets. We will revalue the asset. And accordingly, do the correction now so that in future there is no problem. Are you able to feel the difference between the two? Anybody who's not able to understand, please ask me. Anybody who's not able to understand, please ask me. யாருக்காவது புரியாம இருக்கா? Guys?
No, sir.
Akash, Akshaya, Akshita, Amrita,
Clear, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Rita, Nitin, Sai, Bhavika, Madhu, Priyanka, Ria, Johnson.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Now let's understand what is revaluation all about. I'll not read the theory now, it'll be too boring. So if I want to increase the value of the asset, for example, we did land, no? We wanted to increase the land value from book value, book value is 5 lakh. Market value is how much? 11 lakh. So now I want to make this 11 lakh. So I need to add 6 lakh to this. How 6 lakh came? The difference between the book value and the market value is 6 lakh. So I want to increase the asset. If our asset has to increase, concerned asset account debit to revaluation account. So increase in asset debit, increase in income credit. Revaluation account is like your profit and loss account. It is a nominal account. Revaluation account is a nominal account. Nominal account means what? Credit all incomes and gains. If asset value is increasing from 5 lakh to 11 lakh, so the 6 lakh, can I say it is a gain? Guys, you invested 5 lakh in the business, sorry, in land and building. You invested 5 lakh, now it is 11 lakh. So the extra 6 lakh, can I say it is a gain? So that is what is gain, 6 lakh rupees. So 6 lakh, 6 lakh. Any doubt in the first journal entry? I'll stop today's session with the journal entry.
Okay, sir.
Asset increase aachuna, asset increase pandradhukku 6 lakh, the gain record pandradhukku 6 lakh credit. Now sometimes what happens is, in balance sheet, the value of the building, what you recorded would have been 20 lakh rupees. But today, when I compared with the market value, nobody is purchasing this building for more than 18 lakh rupees. So this is the real value. So I want this building value to be 18 lakh. 20 lakh is the record panipping already. Building to bank. That's how 20 lakh is coming. Now I want this building to reflect at 18 lakh rupees. So can I say I need to minus 2 lakh so that it becomes 18 lakh? So I need to pass an entry for 2 lakh rupees. So what is that entry? I need to reduce the asset. If asset is adding, means debit. Debit means plus. To reduce the asset, to minus the asset, I have to give a credit. So building account will be credited. Building account credit, how much? 2 lakh rupees. And revaluation, 2 lakh rupees. Because building in your book is 20 lakh. The real market value is 18 lakh. Can I say the difference 2 lakh is a loss? You thought that your building is worth 20 lakhs, but it is not going in market for more than 18 lakh. So remaining 2 lakh, can I say it is a loss? So debit all expense and losses. So revaluation account is debited 2 lakh because it is a loss. And as concerned asset is created because we are reducing the value of the asset. Asset is reducing. So when I record this 2 lakh entry, this 2 lakh will get minus from 20 lakh. Automatically the building value in my balance sheet will become 18 lakh. Any doubts in this first 2 points, please? Any doubts in the first 2 points?
No, sir.
Everybody?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, in balance sheet, there was a liability. There was a liability of, let's say, 2,000 rupees. We recorded a liability for 2,000 rupees. Today, we got to know that the real liability is not 2,000. The real liability is 3,000 rupees. We have to pay that guy 3,000 rupees. We so far thought that we have to pay only 2,000 rupees as compensation. Now, today, we realize that 3,000 is the money that we have to totally pay. So can I say there is an incremental loss of 1,000 rupees? You recorded loss, already liability, you recorded liability for 2,000 rupees. Now you want that liability to be 3,000 rupees. So which means I need to add 1,000 more liability. 1,000 more liability if I add, it will become 3,000 rupees. So 1,000 liability if I have to increase. So liability have to increase means you have to credit liability. Liability has to be credited. To increase liability, I have to credit it. Correct? No, liability is credit balance. To add, I have to give a credit. To add, I have to give a credit. So when liability increases, is it a gain for you or a loss for you? You are supposed to pay 2,000 rupees to somebody. Now they're telling that you have to pay 3,000 rupees suddenly. So the 1,000 rupees is a gain for you or loss for you?
Loss.
So revaluation account debit all expense and losses. So loss is debited 1,000 rupees and liabilities increase 1,000 rupees. Any difficulty in the third journal entry? Any difficulty in the third journal entry?
No, sir.
Next.
No, sir.
there is a balance sheet. In that balance sheet, you're supposed to pay a creditor 10,000 rupees. Now the creditor is telling that you pay me 8,000, that is sufficient. So I want the balance to be 8,000, which means I need to minus 2,000 rupees. So can I say from 10,000, I'm reducing my liability to 8,000. So this 2,000 is reducing the liability. Reducing the liability means what? Increase liability credit, decrease liability means debit. So creditor account will be debited. Creditor account will be debited. Creditor account debit, how much? 2,000 rupees to revaluation. Now, if a creditor is a person to whom I was supposed to pay 10,000. He's telling that, boss, you're so good that you don't pay me 10,000, you just pay me 8,000. This 2,000 which I'm not paying, is it a loss for me or a gain for me?
Gain.
If liability reduces, it is a gain for us. So credit all incomes and gains. So concerned liability account debit to revaluation, gain 2,000 rupees. Any difficulty in this? Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
Next, for recording unrecorded asset. For recording unrecorded asset, which means so far in the balance sheet, there is no asset. Suddenly today you found there is an asset in the book. In balance sheet, so far, only cash and bank were there. Today you discovered that there is a gold in your building. So this gold, it was not there in your book, never ever was there in your book. Suddenly from somewhere this gold is coming. Is it an asset for your business or not? Now you're recording this in business. Because your balance sheet is of a jewelry business. So somewhere, due to some miracle or some reason, this gold is coming into your business. You're finding this gold in your business premises. So this gold was never recorded in your business. Now you are recording this. If I have to record the asset, can I say I have to increase the asset by giving a debit? Asset account debit to revaluation. Full gold value. Let's say if it is 1 kg gold bar, 30 lakh rupees will be increase in gold. So revaluation gain. Asset is increasing 30 lakh and this 30 lakh is a complete gain for the partners. So concerned asset to revaluation. Asset is increasing, create all incomes and gains. Any doubt in this? For recording unrecorded asset. From somewhere or nowhere, this 30 lakh worth asset is coming inside the business. So asset will increase, gain will also increase. Sixth one, for recording unrecorded liability. So far there was no liability, zero liability, suddenly some liability is coming. So liability will increase credit. So if sudden liability increase means it is a loss. So debit all expense and losses. Are you getting this point, guys? Increase in the value of the asset, decrease in the value of the asset, increase in the amount of liability, decrease in the amount of liability, recording unrecorded asset, recording unrecorded liability. These are the 6 possible things which you have to check for before you're adding as a new partner. And whenever you do this, there'll be some profit and loss. Whatever you're getting, the final profit and loss has to be transferred to the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. This entry I will not teach you now. When I do practical question, I'll come back and relate this. Or else you'll end up by hearting this. I'll not make you by heart. Logically, I explain you first 6 journal entries. So in the next class, when I come, we'll continue with the practical questions and most probably we'll continue complete the concept of revaluation also in the next class. Guys, are you comfortable with this? Little bit. I expect you to understand not more than 50%. Means concept wise. Practically, since I have not solved a single question, you would not have understood anything. But concept wise, what are we trying to do? That clarity would have got 50%. I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
Remaining illustrations, when we practically do it, I'll explain and relate this with the concept so that concept and question will be perfectly clear in the next class.
Okay, sir.
Right? So with this, we come to end of today's session, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.